Hi, Jane Mann. How are you? How is everybody? It's been 2 years since I've done a video, so I'm kind of nervous. Don't even, I don't have a cameraman. I don't have anything professional, but I do want to reach out to people because we were on this break and this hiatus. And I thought, what a better time than to fill your time with taking care of yourself. So we're going to do a microcurrent treatment, and I'm going to do a treatment on myself, like you could follow along at any time. You can use any machine you like. I have the machine that I'm using today, but if you have a different one, that's okay. You can just follow suit and watch what I do. It's probably going to be like a 15-minute microcurrent treatment, maybe longer. I try to keep it shorter just because I know attention spans and children and life has a way of getting in the way, but I'm going to try to post some things that it can be just like you can follow along. Sometimes the biggest barrier to doing microcurrent is you just keep wondering, am I doing it right? Is this how I should be doing it? I'm not seeing the results. So as I'm doing my own microcurrent treatment, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to start out just with a conductive gel. I get a lot of emails on what conductive gel do I feel is the best. I don't have a favorite. It just needs to be conductive. So you can prep your skin with whatever skincare treatment that you like, preferably a serum that is not oil-based. And then you can put on a light ultrasonic gel, any type of clean gel, aloe, all of this works. If you're questioning it, the best way to gauge if your conductive gel is conducting is by putting your probes in it. And if you get a register on your unit, then you're using conductive gel. So anyway, I start out and I like this one. It's it stays hydrating to me. And then I use the Anma. Now, I still, after 4 years, love this tool. There's so many gouache tools on the market, and each one serves a purpose. So this is not taking away from other ones. I just prefer this because it's kind of like an all-in-one, and in my treatment room, less is better. If I have one tool that does everything, I truly like that. I have my microcurrent, I have my Anma. So I always call these kind of the thumbs. This little area in here is the arch of the back, and this just nestles also, it's kind of another arch of the back, both on the thumbs, and then you have the spine. So I just start out warming up my neck. Being an esthetician, I am hunched over clients 10 hours a day. And while I love the work I do, it creates a lot of excess strain in my occipital, which is kind of like where we wash our hair when we are in the shampoo bowl, and the cervical vertebrae, which is kind of the stem of the spine, down to my trapezius, which are your muscles, the shoulder muscles. And so anytime I can just get some type of circulation in there, it really benefits how my face responds when I do microcurrent. So I'll spend quite a bit of time in this area. This muscle here, see as kind of can grip it. This is your sternocleidomastoid. So sometimes I'll just kind of brush going down there. And if if this hurts, because sometimes it does, a little trick you can do is kind of lean forward and pick up that muscle, squeeze it. This just starts to open up so much of this. You can squeeze this all the way up, even behind this ear area. And this is really nice. Then I love to take the arch of the back, and depending upon the size of the jaw, I can use this side, or I can flip it over and use this side. Do you notice how this handle actually goes underneath a little bit more underneath that jawline? So I do love to do that. And then I usually like to go up and down or sideways. To me, it feels better. People ask if you can go in circles. It really doesn't matter. Below this video, I have a picture of what fascia is, and you can see it looks like a spider's web. It's this lovely, luscious, fluid network that we're finding more and more is actually an organ. So I just keep going over and over. I do have really inflamed sinuses, so a lot of times I'll kind of start here and go right, and I kind of go that arch of the back. This is lynched kind of right underneath my cheekbone. I love to go under there, and I love to take kind of the eyes in there. And when we made these, this goes right in these acupressure points. So I love to do that. I love to insert it under the digestion acupuncture point and underneath the eye and just kind of hold it. So this is just, there's some added ways that you can use the Anma. But the real point is to create the circulation, because circulation is blood flow, and blood flow is nutrients and oxygen to all of these luscious, beautiful skin cells. And that's what makes your skin gorgeous. When I do the neck, kind of the point of the neck is to open up the lymphatic, because what good is doing microcurrent and releasing lymph if all of this is trapped? I'm just going to create a bigger face. So let's get into doing the microcurrent. Today I'm using a unit that is a smaller version of my professional unit I use in the clinic. And I have 5 rooms in my clinic, so I like to keep smaller units in some of the rooms instead of having a big giant one. This particular brand is made for me by a company, Neurotris, and I really like their brand. I know that Tony sells one called Pico Toner, and this is similar to that. It's been modified a little bit for some of my needs, more or less. But if you have the Clairblend or the MyoLift, New Face, there's so many microcurrent units on the market today. Don't get caught up in the brand. I've said it before that microcurrent works. Just do it. It's kind of like having a Plotty reformer in your bedroom and just storing your laundry on it. If you don't use it, it doesn't work, and that's how microcurrent is. I love microcurrent for home treatments. I think there's certain things I can do in the treatment room as far as releasing fascia and doing massage with microcurrent, but I think the real work starts with you guys doing it at home. So let's get started how I would do a microcurrent treatment. So you would turn your unit on, and you will start at the base of your neck. I'm going to grab something over here real fast. Perfect. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. I'm just going to have to switch some things up super fast. Awesome. Hang in there. Great. I start at the base of my neck. Some machines may tell you to start at the top of the head. I do the base because, like I said, I work a combination between lymph and muscle and stretching the fascia at the same time. And I'm going to show you how to kind of do it. So I'm going to start here, right underneath, you can see my clavicle. And why I start here is I'm just kind of stretching this out. This goes into a major thoracic duct, and this is kind of for our lymph. So it's just a great way to get that blood flowing. And I do what's called a crosshatch. So you see I'm kind of pulling, and then I'm lengthening. The weight of my fingertips doing this is probably about a nickel to, I don't know, a deeper. I want you to think about, I'm just really kind of moving the tissue on top of that pectoral muscle. Just kind of opening this up. You can already see how that's just creating just a lovely flow of blood. Then I just love to go across here. If you have like a towel with terry Velcro that you can put around you, working this area not only just spruces up that gorgeous décolleté of skin, it also kind of gives you just a nice blood flow and more youthful. So next, I'm going to hold down here. And then I'm going to go up, and it's counterintuitive for lymph, so don't think about lymph right now. I'm stretching up. And that's just kind of the start, just stretching up. If you have a unit that just has 2 probes, how you can do this is you're going to anchor with one hand, and you're going to take that and you're just going to go up. Each one super slow. Okay? And up. I love, if your probes allow you, I think that the New Face does, because they're a little bit further apart, and the Clairblend. If you can kind of get in underneath that sternocleidomastoid, again, we're just sending all of these lovely little electrons into that skin. It's like a direct antioxidant to help that skin fight free radicals. And I'm just going up. Something that we don't think about a lot is how tight our larynx is in here. So you have to be careful with the thyroid. So if you don't have thyroid issues, go ahead and just kind of get some of that moving in there. You can see I've got a great deal of blood flow going. I love this. And then I'm going to hold again, and I'm just going up. Now, if you have the Pico toner, or you even have my model, you always want the negative to be on top. And I'm even going back all the way into my neck. Just going, oh my gosh, it feels so good. Sometimes if you have it too high, you may feel a little bit of flutter in the muscles, and you have to ask yourself, A, am I going over a nerve? Because that's just common. Sometimes you're going to go over a nerve and there's going to be a little bit of flutter in the muscle. B, if you feel that, turn it down. If you feel shortness of breath or a racing in your heart because of whatever unit you're using, turn it down. Everybody has what's called impedance. I don't have a lot of impedance because I don't have a lot of subcutaneous fat. So I have to use a lower setting. Somebody maybe Asian or with a lovely just round face, they can use a little bit more current because that's more resistance for the microcurrent to get through to that muscle. So use just your judgment. So now I'm going to go up this way. And again, my pressure is, at this point in time, I am really just moving the skin on the muscle. I'm just bringing the microcurrent into my tissues. And I'm going to switch over to this side. If you ever have those days where you have tension headaches, I'm telling you, this just feels so good. I think one thing that I love about this unit is it's a battery, so I can sit and run the TV into it. And I kind of lose track of time because I let intuition go sometimes a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold my forehead and I'm going up. So that's just kind of what I would call a prepping, you know? So now I'm just kind of just prepping and really working the fascia versus muscle. How many of you ever saw the Big Greek Wedding or something like that, right? It was the funniest show. If you haven't, you have to see it. But in it, the aunt says, "Darling, the husband is the head of the family, but the wife is the neck, and the neck turns the head." That's what fascia is. Fascia controls what the muscle does. So we really want to start getting in there and hydrating and plumping and lifting. So I'm going to continue just kind of going up. And now I'm going even in a little bit. And I like to call this like an inch stretch. Up, 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 up. I'm going to hold. And again, I'm pushing this tissue out, okay? I really want to almost get underneath that muscle right now because I'm not concerned about lifting it. You can even kind of lift. And you can lift in this eye area. Just massaging this up. Now, I'm going to do this side, right? So I'm going to hold. Remember, I kind of went the negative on top. So I'm going to hold. I'm going to lift. Inch, inch, inch. Up, up. And lift, 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 lift. Super quick. If you have a machine that is like the ClaraBlend Mini, how can you do this? Simple. You're going to hold the ClaraBlend Mini at the top, okay? You've got your 2 prongs. You're going to hold, up, hold, up, hold, up, hold. You're going to use your other hand just to support it. We're really just kind of loosening up that fascia. And then I'm doing it in the center. And so if you have the ClaraBlend Mini, how do you lift up that cheek? You're going to lift up that tissue in that cheek and you're just holding it, getting it up in there. We're just really lifting and manipulating and getting that lovely current all in there. I know some of you that come from old school are like, "Oh my God, she's stretching that skin. She's stretching that skin." Don't worry about that because we're creating a little bit of stress and that's going to signal the fibroblasts that there's a little bit going on right now and it's just going to create tighter skin. So don't get all your panties in a ruffle that we're stretching out the skin. We're not, okay? Now, I'm going to kind of go in this area. Up and in. Up and in. Up and in. And I even just massage my lips. And because they're my gloves, I might even kind of go in here. Really get that in there. Now, I'm going to start to tone And so I'm just gonna kind of hold up in this area. And I'm going to do the same little inch stretch. Up, 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 up. And follow through. And I'm going to go here. Up, 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 and up. Nice. So that feels amazing. Let's talk about eyes. Your eye is a big giant circle like that. So when we squint, it just can collect all over and wherever are most common things. So I'm a squinter, not a frowner. So I don't get a ton in here, but I do get a lot around here. So I usually like to hold here and just kind of train that muscle to go up like this. Now again, if you only have a unit that's a one piece, just kind of lodge your hand here and go up. And I'm going to hold and do it this way. And come across. So those are some general moves. And the next class or next video, I'm going to actually do a treatment with you. And maybe if there are enough people interested, we'll do a Zoom where we actually grab our microcurrents and we do it together. And if you want to do something like that, you can put it in the comments below. I think we're home here in Las Vegas, Nevada for another 2 weeks. And I can go over and answer questions for you and kind of what your blocking factors are on actually doing microcurrent. When you really get through it and you realize it's not that hard, it is something that you can do. I have done it since I was 38. I fell in love with microcurrent because it seemed like the one thing that I knew would keep my skin looking the best as I got older. And it's not perfect. I still get menopausal skin like every other woman, but I do feel that microcurrent is a tool you can buy and it's timeless. You can always use it and it will always work, assuming that you bought a quality unit. I hope that this helped. I am going to try to upload it on YouTube, and I am excited to start corresponding with everyone again. Till then, have a great day, stay safe, wash your hands.